won't believe it. I filmed my beginning of this video. Spoke about loads of interesting things. Well, I thought they were anyway. I've just gone to edit and I hadn't pressed record. So here I am, back again, gonna try and remember everything. Well, hey guys, welcome to another video. So what we're gonna do today, it's gonna be a cozy, late August, late summer. It's starting to feel a bit autumny to me. I'm cold, but then I'm always cold, but I'm getting cold. Just like a cozy at-home video. I'm gonna do some baking with you. We have picked loads of fresh plums and fresh apples from our garden, and I've got loads, and there are still loads left out there that I can't even reach. But the crop has been really good this year. I didn't even realise that they were there, you know, because I knew the apple tree was there, but the plum tree's like kind of hidden, and discovered it just by chance. But anyway, great crop. So I'm gonna make a plum tart. So keep watching for that. Then while that's cooking, I want to catch you up on some stuff that's been going on recently, as well as I need to show, you know, we need art for the city, for all the rooms really. We might have a solution, might have a solution. So you can let me know what you think about what I'm thinking we might put up in the sitting room. Check out my new pan. Oh my God, look. It is matte pink, it's salmon pink. It looks orange on there, but it is actually salmon pink. It's ceramic, non-stick, works on an induction hob as well as gas. And then, my arm's killing me, I need to tell you about that as well. But on the inside, so all non-stick, on the inside you have this. It's like a colander. There are little handles. I'll link to this below because actually it's genius. And you lift this out. What you can do with this, you can steam vegetables, number one. You can cook rice, couscous, spaghetti, anything that needs boiling can go in there. You could cook a simple omelette in there. I don't know, like a carbonara or a curry or whatever you're into, you can cook that in this pan. It's like a one-stop shop. And what I also like is that, oh, it's made in Los Angeles, I didn't realise that. Yeah, gas, electric and induction. What I didn't realise is the non-stick coating, they've deliberately made it with non-toxic materials. So, you know, there's this whole thing that Teflon and stuff, it's actually really bad for you. And also, this comes with a wooden spatula spoon that slots in this hole here, and it sits along the handle, but mine is actually in the dishwasher at the moment because I used it to make the tart that we are now about to make, so I'm having to do this backwards. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this, keep watching. With pastry, sorry, I'm just lining the pastry dish. With pastry, you would use baking beads, and you would, is it called blind bake the base first? I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to bake it with everything, like all the plums in there and everything. And I don't actually think I'm going to do apples for this, you know. I think I'm just going to do plums. Keep it simple. Before I chop up the plums, get yourself a bowl. And I'm just going to do this by eye. I want to add some corn flour. And corn flour thickens things up a bit. So it's like, it's good for sauces and stuff like that. Then I'm going to add sugar, quite a bit of sugar. Really, I should measure this, but I'm not going to. Then nutmeg. Not going to add too much nutmeg because it can be a bit overpowering. Then I've just noticed I've got some dark muscovado sugar, and I like this. It gives like a nice smokiness almost, so I'm going to add some of that as well. Then using the spatula that came with my pan, I'm just going to mix all this up. Like it's like a dry mixture, you know. That's mixed up. Now I'm just going to chop up my plums which is the most boring part of the whole process, but let's start. Okay, that's everything chopped up. So you can see there, everything chopped. I still have loads left. Like over here, I've still got loads left, but I think this should be enough. So I want to mix this in with, you know, that mixture I just made of the flour and the sugar, etc. I'm going to mix these in and cover all of these with that dry mixture. Right, so I've made a bit of a mess here. I've lined all of the plums up. So I did vertical, and then I've done a second layer horizontal, or maybe the other way around. And then if you have it, guys, add apricot jam at this point. Just put like a little drizzle on top. I don't have any, so I'm going to use this, which may ruin it. You never know. I'm just going to put like a little bit just to add something. That's it. Then I'm going to fold these edges over and put some egg on them so that they come out nice and golden. Okay, I want to show you this. This is so random. This is part of our sitting room, and you know we need art desperately for the walls. So we're going to get a radiator cover for that radiator over there that's going to go the full way down this wall. But I need to do that. But I didn't have any artwork, okay? And then my mum reminded me, hey, when you were at school, you did this project about Roy Lichtenstein, who's like a pop art artist from like mid-century. And she was like, you did a picture of you and your friends. So what we had to do, by the way, I don't know who Brad is. I just put that there because in Roy Lichtenstein's work, all the women were talking about someone called Brad. So I thought I'd copy that. But we had to take something that was about us, like a photo, redraw it, and then do it in the style of whatever artist it was that we were interested in. And I've always loved Roy Lichtenstein. Now, the thing is, this is huge. It's actually heavier than the TV, and we need to somehow get it on the wall. And it also needs touching up because over the years, I mean, this is really old now. I've already bought an acrylic paint set, and I'm gonna fix all of this around here. And you know, there's like bits where the paint's come off fully and up here and so on. So it needs redoing, does need redoing. But yeah, so we're gonna put it on this wall because this wall is quite long and needs something. And it matches what we're going for around here, which is like a retro theme. So as you can see, nothing behind me, blank walls. We need something on the walls. But yeah, we're going for a retro theme. So the cloakroom is now done. Do you remember we were trying to find someone to do that and it was getting really annoying? We found someone in the end. The cloakroom's done. I'll show you that in a second. And it's like my favourite room in the house. I love it, which is why we went for the cushions on the sofa that we did. The pink one's like jungle theme because it's the same colour pink as in that cloakroom. So it sort of pulls the things together. But what we're going to do is, well, let me show you my other stuff. So this telephone, I got it from that antique shop I told you about where I get all my bags from. Look at that. It's a teapot, and these were made by Tony Curtis. They were only sold in 1978 in Selfridges and Harrods. I found one online on eBay for £120. I got mine for 25 from the antique shop. And it's even got this bit here where you can, I mean, you wouldn't want to put tea in it. I don't think it was ever designed for that. I think it's novelty, but it's even got the stamp on the bottom. Tony Carter, not Tony Curtis, sorry. There we go. So that's like one of my retro pieces. And then this is something else I also got from the antique shop the other day. This is a lizard bag from, they say, probably the 70s. And it's full lizard. And I love these bags that I'm finding there. Then I found this on Vinted of all places. So Wooldy bag. I only know about this brand because of the antique shop. So they sell Wooldy bag in there, which is a brand made in England from the 50s and 60s. And look what I found. It's got some dust on it, that's not dirt, but look at this. I love this bag. I love the curve at the bottom. It needs some cleaning. It's got like a little clasp on the top there. I just love these bags. Sorry, I'm trying to do this one-handed. Oh, there we go. Look at that lining, pale pink. And I think that is very, very cute. I like that so much. And for this, I paid £20. I think it was like £22 with the vintage fees or whatever, and it came in its box. Then from the antique shop, I also found this. Look at this, a slice of amethyst. And I love on the sides, it's got gold. It's not just like a cut off, it's like got gold trim all around the edge. And I really like that. So here is the room I've been telling you about for the longest time that's taken so long to get done. This is the new cloakroom. And we've got our rituals. Is that gonna focus? Sakura. Just because it's like light pink, so it sort of matches. So this is the vanity unit we went for. And down here I've got like cleaned hand towels, more hand soap, loo rolls, etc. So that's that. Then we went for a brushed brass. This camera's not focusing today. I tell you why. I'll tell you why in a minute. It's to do that government alert they sent us the other day. Yeah, so we've got like a brushed brass hand towel. And what took us ages is, can you see the pipes here? And the little feet, the round things they're on? That took ages to find because the builder was like, oh, you're going to have white. And we were like, no, don't want white, want gold. And then over here, this is the toilette. And then we wanted this for the loo roll because, not that you, well, maybe you would, but this is designed so you can put your phone on it and it's got this lip so your phone doesn't fall off. Can you imagine? Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Then I've got my Jo Malone orange blossom. David just put this here and I kind of like it because it kind of like works with the crazy wallpaper. So while that's cooking, I thought I would come and chat to you. And do you know, I'm in a bit of a bad mood today, quite a lot of a bad mood. I woke up like it. You know, I told you a few times now, I really hurt my arm. So back in May when we were renovating and we were doing lots of like heavy work, lifting, painting, but then also the garden, I need to tell you about the garden, but the garden was a massive mess and it was all overgrown and it was a bit scary. It was quite a daunting project. And we had a company quote us £35,000 to do the work on it. And we are going to do it, but not this year. We might look into it next summer instead, like spring kind of time. But just because the house has had problems with the roof, we've now got scaffolding up, and I'm so annoyed. I would use a stronger word for this. I'm so annoyed. The scaffolders turned up just this week gone, and they literally just walked over the flower beds. It just walked over them. Flattened the plants, snapped off the plants at the roots. Stupid oafs. I was so angry. I went out there and after they'd left and there were cigarette ends everywhere. Like I had to pick them up. It was disgusting. I used gloves and picked up the cigarettes, put them in the bin. But the plants are beyond repair. And when I looked into the back garden, they hadn't just walked all over the plants. All of the poles and all of the planks of wood that go to do the scaffolding, they just laid them on the flower beds. They just put them on the flower beds. I was like, are you mad? Like, this is someone's worked hard for this and you're so disrespectful as to do that. I cannot tell you how angry I was. Anyway, sorry, that's by the by. When the garden, we decided we have to do it ourselves for now before we can get a firm in to do it properly. So we got a couple of pickaxes and we were both out there digging up ivy, digging up bamboo, and the roots for bamboo are like this and they go on, they spread. So that was like a massive job. Anyway, I really hurt my arm and I'm not going to lie. it hurts so much. I want to tell you how it hurts so that if any of you have done this, can you let me know what it was? But I can't, the act of moving your arm out to lift up a glass or your coffee, I can't do it with this arm now. I don't have the strength in the arm, and the skin feels hypersensitive and like really sore, the skin around my forearm and elbow. I can't lift anything heavy with it. We tried to move some furniture yesterday, and I'm like quite strong, I want to say, and I have no power left in this arm, nothing. It hurts, it like extremely hurts when I do anything with it, and it's like a shooting pain, and it hurts to sleep. It keeps me up at night. This is why I'm cranky, because I'm tired because of this arm. And David thinks I might have a hairline fracture and I should go to the doctor, but you know what it's like trying to get a doctor's appointment, and I can't be bothered. And I just kept hoping that it would heal itself, but it hasn't. And I don't really want a cast either, because how do you have a shower in the day, and how do you brush your teeth, and how do you do anything? I don't really want to, but I know that to get back to normal, I can't go to the gym right now with my arm like this, it's that bad. So I'm going to go to the doctor. I'm going to try and get an appointment this week. But oh my God, the skin is so sore. I don't know why the skin would be sore, but the skin is that hypersensitive pain, and it's awful. So I'm a bit grumpy, but anyway, yeah, food's cooking. What else was I going to talk to you about? Okay, weight. I've gained. You know how I made such good progress? I lost like a stone through, and I don't want any judgment for it, okay? Please, no judgment. What works for you, and what works for me. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not telling you to go and do this. I'm just saying what works for me. I cut my meals to one a day, dinner. And the reason why dinner and not breakfast or lunch is that if I go to bed hungry, I don't really sleep. So I knew that dinner was going to be my meal, but also David and I were busy in the day, we're working. Dinner is that time where we come together and we sit down and we cook and we eat our meal together. So I didn't want to miss out on that. So I chose dinner as being the thing. And I guess in a way you could say I'm intermittent fasting, is kind of the way it is. Anyway, I lost like a ton of weight doing this. And I went from 13 stone to 11 stone 11. Now I'm at 11 stone 9, but I've been at 11 stone 9 for ages, and now the weight's going back up again. So I weighed myself yesterday and I'm back up to 11 stone 10, and I have plateaued. And it's really frustrating. I do feel better. Like my clothes fit me better and I feel better in myself, and I can actually get into some of my older clothes now. Not all of them, but I can get back into some of them, because I was spending a fortune on the next size up, the next size up, the next size up. You know, I crept up from a size 8 to basically a size 14. This was back in May, June. And I just thought I don't want to do this anymore. So that's why I went on the diet. But yeah, I've plateaued. I'm gaining again. And I think I'm going to need to get to the gym, because since moving, we don't have a gym at the moment. And we haven't been to the gym in ages. Plus with my arm, I don't want to go. I don't mind walking or anything like that, but I can't lift any weights with this arm, and until I know what's wrong with it, it's probably like a bad thing to even try and make yourself do anyway. But you know the good thing, my hair loss has stopped since eating more and putting on more weight, creeping back up again. My hair loss has stopped. So it definitely was nutritional. I am taking an A to Z supplement that's got minerals and vitamins in it, but you know, it only works so far. But yeah, we went out on Wednesday this week because it was our wedding anniversary and we had a great time. We went to this Chinese restaurant that we've wanted to go to it's like fine dining Chinese, and we had a bottomless brunch and it was incredible. Now, I've actually been there before, but a long time ago, and I went with a friend of mine, and I said to David, it's in London, I said to David, right, I really want to go with you. I know from where we live now it's a faff to get to, but I really want to go with you. Let's make a day of it. So we did. And I remember sitting at the table with him and he was like, I hope this is going to be worth it. And the food came out and it was a bao, right? So that was the first thing he ordered, chicken and pork bao. And he ate it and he just went quiet and he looked at me with a full mouth of bao and he was just like, And then he said to me after, he was like, this food's so good. And I said, isn't it? It literally is amazing. So that's what we did there. What else? Do you know, I wanted to show you a couple of things. This antique shop that's in our new town is fabulous. I would never normally go into an antique shop because they look like junkyards, and this one definitely does. Like on the outside, they've got old pots and like trash outside. It looks like trash. I'm sure it's not. But it's not inviting. And we went in there. This was months ago because we were on our walk and David said, let's just go in. So I go in and it's basically got clothes. It's got bags. It's got your usual sort of ornaments and all of that kind of thing from back in the mid-century. But it's got loads of cool stuff. So I found for £2.50 these from the 1920s, snake and crocodile tiny coin purses. £2.50. This is the first. Look at that. But you wait until you see inside. Look at the inside. It's so intricate. Now, obviously, I'm not going to use this. This is going to go, I've got like a display cabinet for bags. I just have one bag in there at the moment because I don't want to overcrowd it, but it's in the sitting room. And I'm going to have these just next to it because this is history. This is the crocodile one. It's like got someone's initials on it. It does as well. Someone's initials there. And on the inside, this is just as lovely. Look. How nice is that? So these open out like you can tuck things. Can you see that? So those two, £2.50. This one was £3. This is brown leather. Oh, this is from the 30s. Kid leather lined. Yeah. Little wallet here. So I'll give you a size comparison. How cute is that? I mean, that is cute. But on the inside, it looks like this. So it's got like a closed section in the middle. I mean, you could actually use this now for coins and cash, you know. I'm not going to, I'm going to save it. But those three things I thought were really sweet. I'll put those there. What else was going on? I need to check on this pie in a minute. The other thing that I got, and I showed it to my sister and she was like, why did you get that for your home? I can't imagine that that is going to go in your home. But I saw it and it's cute. Is this. So I picked this up. I saw it. I really liked it. And I said, I was talking to my mum on the phone. I said, I found this dog thing. It's like a poodle. And as soon as I said it, she went, that's a Staffordshire dog. And I looked it up online and that is what this is. Now, what I didn't realise, my mum said, oh, did you get the pair? And I was like, no. And she said, they come as a pair and you have them as bookends. And I went back to the antique shop because they did have another one there and I remembered seeing it. But it points the same way. I need the one that points the other way and they didn't have that. But in the antique shop, they said, look, take a picture of what you've bought. Let us have it and we'll send it round our WhatsApp chat to all of our dealers and I'm sure somebody will be able to find you the other one. No, I'm not like desperate for it, but I thought that was really nice. So I've got that. I just thought it was cute. And apparently this, can you see all these chippings here? Apparently this is called spaghetti and it was like a technique they had in the mid 19th century. And then finally, I had an idea for these. I got some 3/4 never used kid gloves in chocolate, and in like the autumn, well, it kind of already is, isn't it? It's getting cold. I'm going to wear these with like a big jumper and I'm going to roll the sleeves up on the jumper and just wear these just on, you know, on a fancy day out. I'm going to do that. And then my final things, before we go down and see if this tart has actually come out nicely. I've got a couple of items from Tatcha, and I like two brands. I like Tatcha, and my favourite brand is Cloakroom Beauty, and I actually need to do a review on her skincare. Cloakroom Beauty is a subscriber-owned beauty brand, and her stuff, what I like about it is it actually does what it says on the tin. It actually works. But this brand is also really good. I really like this brand, and their packaging is really nice. Oh man, my arm is killing me. Okay, so this is the first thing. This is the water cream. Look at that packaging. It's got a little spoon on the top so that you don't have to put your hand in the actual pot. And it looks like this. And so I have oily skin, which drives me insane. And if I use a moisturiser that's oil-based, it makes the oil worse in the day. But if I use a moisturiser that's water-based, it doesn't do it so much. So that's why this is good. And look, that's what it looks like. I'm going to try some on the back of my hand because there's some on the lid. Just to give you a little idea, like water-based sinks in amazing. So if you have oily skin, I would always, if you're someone who has tried every moisturiser and it makes you feel drier, but you're still oily, I found out it could be because your skin needs a water-based moisturiser and not an oil-based. So this is, oh, it's absolutely lovely. Like, it's really nice. Oh, it's a really nice product. Let me try and get that to shine a little bit in the light. It doesn't, it sinks right in. But that feels so moisturising. So yeah, that's really good. I highly recommend that. And I think at the moment Tatcha have got what have they got? They've got a promotion on. So I'll link to this below. I'll link to everything below in this video, and then you can check it out. But this is the other one. This is the Indigo Overnight Repair. And I do like a night cream. I never used to bother. I'll be like, oh, whatever I slap on my face in the day, I'm just going to use that at night. But I have discovered that I do like a thicker cream for nighttime. Doesn't smell of anything, which is what you want. This is it. So it's quite a bit thicker than that water-based one. So it's like this. Yeah, it feels lovely. So can you see, compared with that one, this one doesn't really sit on the skin so much. It is absorbing. This one sits on the skin a bit more, so it's more hydrating. It's going to do more for your skin. So those two. And I think that's it. So anyway, let's go and check out this tart and hope that it turned out okay. Right, here's how it turned out. Okay, guys, now it doesn't look amazing, but I'm sure it's going to taste good. Do you know what I was going to tell you? You know that government alert that went off the other day in the UK? So what time did that go off? For me, it went off, I want to say, about 8 in the evening. It was kind of in the evening. Anyway, scared the life out of me. I dropped my phone and I've smashed the camera. And this is a new phone and I use this for filming, and it's okay when I do stuff like this. Like, I'm using the front camera at the moment. It's the rear camera that's broken. It's okay if I'm doing stuff like this, but when I do macro stuff close up, you can see a big crack through the screen. I'm so annoyed, like, ruined my phone. Anyway, you guys, that's the end of the video. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.